At a Sunday family dinner, my fiancée stood up and announced her ex would be in our marriage forever. Then she looked me dead in the eye and said, "If you don't like that, don't marry me." Everyone waited for me to beg. I just said, "Okay," and her whole wedding plan started collapsing. Her parents were retired therapists who spoke fluent pop psychology. My parents were quiet, married 40 years, and didn't do theatrics. And sitting there like a smug centerpiece was Leo, Clara's ex, at every holiday, every birthday, always with an inside joke. If I ever said it felt off, I got the same lecture about my possessive insecurity. I wasn't jealous. I just wasn't interested in marrying a trio. Looking back, I realize I kept swallowing it to find the limit. Was she ever going to respect me, or was I just the safe option while Leo stayed family? The seating chart came up over dessert. My mom, calm as a stone, asked if Leo really needed the main family table. The room went arctic. Clara's mom set her fork down like a judge. Clara's face flushed. I tried to keep it polite. It might look confusing to guests. Clara snapped. "The only confusing thing is you and your parents living in the 1950s. Her dad piled on. "Rigid definitions create insecurity, Ben. Clara and Leo have an evolved connection. They always did that 2-on-1, then the third one nodding like it was therapy homework. But this time, my parents were watching. That's when I knew this wasn't about a seat. It was about power." Clara stood up and made it a performance. After that, she said, "Leo stays in my life. Next, he'll be at our wedding. Then, he'll be at our holidays. Again, he'll be around our kids." Louder, she said. "That part is non-negotiable. Period. Finally, if you don't like that, don't marry me." Silence. Everyone stared at me like I was on trial. Clara looked smug, like she'd trapped me into backing down. I didn't argue. I didn't plead. I just nodded once. "Okay," she smirked. "Okay, you'll behave." "No," I said, folding my napkin. "Okay, I won't marry you." I told my parents, "We're leaving," and we walked out. In the car, my dad finally asked, "Are you sure?" "I've never been more sure," I said. My mom just nodded. "Good. We were waiting for you to see it." When I got home, my house, my phone turned into a war zone. Clara, her parents, friends, even Leo. He texted, "Dude, you're overreacting." Like I'd spilled a drink, not dodged a lifetime trap. I didn't reply. I changed the locks the next morning and blocked the whole circus. I called the wedding planner and said the wedding was off permanently, and that Clara's family would handle cancellations and money. That part was the best irony. I hadn't paid for the wedding. Her dad loved reminding everyone of that. So when vendors started calling about non-refundable deposits, the panic landed exactly where it belonged. He called me roaring about how much they were losing. "You were there," I said. She gave the terms. I accepted them. Then I hung up. Clara tried one last power move. She let herself in with her key and found me surrounded by boxes packing her things. "What are you doing?" she shrieked. "I'm helping you move," I said. "Locks change tomorrow." She cried. She begged. She said she didn't mean it. I kept wondering, if she didn't mean it, why say it so proudly in front of my parents? I told her, "The time to love me was before you made your ex a condition." She left that night with her parents. Over the next month, reality hit them hard. They tried to paint me as unstable, but the dinner witnesses made that spin impossible. Clara moved back in with her parents, and the evolved family turned toxic fast. Her parents fought under the stress and embarrassment, and Leo, the permanent fixture, got busy and drifted away the second it wasn't fun. Meanwhile, my life got quiet, peaceful. I threw myself into work and ended up getting recognized for a major restoration project. I reconnected with friends who'd hated who I became around Clara. No drama, no constant boundary debates, just air. A little over a year later, I was at a charity auction with my girlfriend, Sarah. She was kind, sharp, and not allergic to boundaries. We were laughing, bidding on art, and I glanced across the room. Clara was there in a black apron, volunteering, clearing champagne flutes. She saw me. She saw Sarah. For half a second, her face cracked pure regret. Then she turned and disappeared into the kitchen like I was the ghost. So yeah, did I overreact by saying okay and walking away, or was that the only sane move? What would you have done?